Hey guys, it's Sam. I suppose this is probably going to be a chatty video because I don't think that I know how to make anything other than a chatty video. But I just wanted to come and update you on how things are going and I don't know, I guess gush about Moleskine and I guess specifically daily planning. But I want to talk to you a little bit about like why I feel like this is what's right for me right now as opposed to some other daily planner. And so if that's something that you're interested, I hope that you'll stay tuned. All right, so as you know, I have been in a planner crisis this year, but I will say that this has been the last couple of weeks just so peaceful. Um, and I said in my last video, and I'll say it again, it's that's like you know that that's the wrong thing to say. If you are on social media, if you announce to Instagram or you announce to YouTube that you have found your way, then it's sure to fail. But like I've said in the past, I have been using a daily Moleskine hardcover at work, and it's been working so well. And that came about because I have always used not like the pocket size notebook, more like I guess A6 size. I have used that for a daily page ever since I've been in this job, a year and a half or so. And it's just worked really well. I have a daily task list and it just works for me. And when I had seen the whole Harry Potter Moleskine on sale, I think it was the end of January, early February, I was like, okay, well, I know that I've used a daily Moleskine before, both small and large, pocket large. And I think that this would work for me for work. And so I decided to go for it. I ordered it and then it was working so well. Like the only difference was that there's this kind of ish unusable calendar at the front, which obviously I'm using it. Is it my favorite? No. But it's usable enough. And then you have the dated pages. And so the only thing that was saving me any time really is that I didn't have to put the date every single day. And that made a huge difference, believe it or not, for me at work. And then, of course, at work, I don't need the Saturday or Sunday, but I'm often in meetings and I will use that space to either write something down, well, previously, write something down for personal or meetings for notes. And that was working really, really well. And so at some point, I had decided that I would like to try this particular format for my daily planning. And so I went with it after a lot of back and forth on different things. So this is part of like my lineup, but this is my go everywhere steady, which is crazy to me because over the years I've just kind of gone smaller, 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 and I have wanted something that will fit in every bag, and this obviously doesn't. I do have many bags that it does fit in, but what I have found myself doing, if I want to take something that is much smaller or a little crossbody or whatever, I will take this and I will carry it with me in my hand, or I will leave it in the car, which isn't my favorite thing to do, but it's working well. I'm not using anything that's going to get hurt, damaged, or whatever. I'm not precious with it in any way. And so the reason why I think that this particular book is working so well for me is because you know, there's a lot of daily planners out there. I think that overall, just in my like day-to-day life, I'm just overusing special paper. I'm overusing paper that is, you know, difficult to dry, that I can't be, I don't know. The Tomoe River debacle of this year, I think has just kind of soured me on anything else. And it's not the planner's fault. It's my fault. But Hobonichi has just taken such a special place in my lineup that I just don't feel free to use it as messy and functionally as I would like to. Again, that is not the planner's problem, that is me problem. But one of the things about that, I'm just sensitive to things. I'm sensitive to, you know, different textures, and I don't like the way pens don't or do grip paper. And so for me, the Hobonichi is one of those things where I really feel like I need to sit and take my time writing things down and being careful. It doesn't have the lines. or grids on the one side. The boxes are really small. And so I have to really slow down and take my time. Now, most of the time that really isn't a problem, but if I have a messy list to write down or if I want to scratch something out, I just don't feel like I have the freedom to do that. And I do feel like I have the freedom to do that here. And one of those things might be because I started using this kind of system at work first, and I didn't have to think about it. You know, there were no pages that I was going to need to show in a YouTube video or Instagram, and I felt very free to make it as messy as I needed to. I mean, I scratch everything out all over it. So if a really busy day is, it spills, it goes sideways, it does all the things that, aren't Instagram worthy. And I've talked about this before of how, the planning community has kind of been not so good in some ways for the planner community because we used to be so much more about function before social media. And so I feel like this is kind of the answer that I needed for this. I put down things that I need to do, things that I want to do. The only thing that I was concerned about was the lack of there being the whole like weekly, like you have in the Hobonichi weeks. And I am still using my Hobonichi weeks, but it's not even a necessarily daily thing that I come and update. I at least have updated it every few days. And I think that I still want to see this. This has been part of my planner lineup for so long that I don't want to throw it out. But I am enjoying this book feeling like there are no rules. I have no preconceived notions about what it should look like. It's just something comes up, I write it down on the day, I start a to-do list, I'll write a note, I'll write a quote, I'll stick sticky notes everywhere, and it's working really, 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 really well. So the reason why I think that I have really kind of landed on the Moleskine is that I personally enjoy the paper. I like a cream paper. I like that these aren't small lines or narrow lines or whatever. They're not skinny. I can make my handwriting bigger, which it is naturally bigger. And then I can do the tracking that I want to do that would then transfer over to a rings insert. I actually have several rings inserts in here. So I can transfer that information to a ring insert that then goes into my personal ring planner that I can keep that information long-term in. But I have this bigger layout because it's book bound. It's easier to just sit and write on. I chose the hard cover for the same reason, so that I could have something stable to write on. And so it's got it checks all the boxes. I prefer this A5 slim shape to like a larger, wider. And so it just checks the boxes. I know that some people don't like this paper. I am using a ballpoint hybrid. Right now I am using the Acroball in fine. So if there's no issues with the paper, I can come and highlight over it. No problem. This is a friction highlighter. And then I have other, let's see, I have used the Sharpie S Note highlighter. These all work really well in here. So it's got the cream paper. It's got not fussy paper, lines big enough, the tracking ability. And so the only thing that it really didn't have, in my opinion, is the ability to do like a week on one page like I do in the Hobonichi weeks. So I have just been using these Post-it notes. I picked them up at Target. I think they're from U Brands. I could be wrong about that. But I just put my running to-do list here, as you can see, however I can fit it. I even have stuff on the back. And then I just start a new one at the beginning of the week. And this has been working really well. That way I can move it as I go. And then, even if I didn't get anything done this week, I might not rewrite it. I might just move it along, kick the can down the road. So it's working really well. I'm able to do a little bit of journaling, and I'm really at peace at the moment with the whole things have simplified. So like I said, I take this one book everywhere. Is it big? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. I've really been enjoying this book. So this is the, if nothing else, this is the book that gets updated. And I have peace with that, just knowing that this is the book. Like there's no decision fatigue of what am I going to try today, or what am I going to use, or what if I can't update A, B, and C today. I'm fine with it. And I was stressing so much about the books that I felt like I couldn't keep up with, or the things that I was falling behind with, and all of that. But I have so much peace with this is the book. I've kind of put everything else out of my mind most days. So this book is the one that comes everywhere, and this is where my brain is. And then at the end of the week or the end of the evening, I come in here and I update things from my Moleskine to my Hobonichi weeks. So I know that there's not going to be missing information because it's here. And then I have honestly not been keeping up with this very well at all, but I'm also okay with that because I know that I'm a sometimes consistent journaler, but I am always a planner and list maker. And so I like to know that this is here for me and that I can come back and use it anytime I feel like I should or want to. And then my TN is there for like with junk journaling, which again, I'm not using very often, but I'm also not going a lot of places or doing a lot of things. And that's really kind of what that one is for, like experiences and when I get crap and I want to paste it in. So that one is undated and that one's perfectly fine to sit by the wayside. And the Hobonichi Weeks is in a different spot in my life right now. And I don't know what the future of this book is, but for now, I am just really happy that I can use it how I want it when I want to, and that it's here for me, but not in a stressful way. So this is the either early in the morning on the weekend or late in the evening. I am taking this and updating it when I have the time and I can be slow and intentional with it. And then this is where all the messy real life stuff goes. And this is great. So I suppose that you noticed I have now a family here. This is all of my toasted marshmallow notebooks from Jenica's journals. I love, love, love her. I think that there is a bit of a weight on her shop right now, but I promise you that it's worth it. So this is for the pocket Moleskine. I have it in a hard, soft cover, and this one has gotten, I don't know how old this one is. 6, 8, 9 months, I think. I don't know, maybe longer. I'm not sure. But this one is the oldest and it's gotten some sun. It has some freckles on it and stuff too. That's really nice. And then this one I got about a month or so ago. And this one is for the Hobonichi Weeks, obviously. And then this guy I just got the other day. And this is the first one that I decided to add the little snap closure to. And I'm really happy with it. So I'm just of the persuasion of if I really love a notebook, then it has to go in a beautiful leather cover. So here we go. This one is the large and the hardcover daily. And I have this here so that I can just like stick a note on it or whatever, a piece of paper if it's needed. I don't want to put it on the outside of this because I don't want it to tan with an ollie clip line here. But it does have this cover now, the pocket on the front cover, so that I can put something in it if I need to real quick. This is mostly an aesthetic thing. I just have really been drawn lately to notebook covers with pockets on them. And so I love this one. So this one, all of the like function, I really need to just get a stupid paper clip for this. But I have like the ring insert for my workouts here, old to-do lists that I just need to throw away. I need to reset my to-do list for this week. Just this little pocket that I have cash in. I wanted to put a second one up here, but I haven't done it yet. Some little post-it notes that used to go across this whole thing, but now that I have it in the leather cover, obviously that makes it a little more impossible to get to. And then I have some ring inserts and just note papers for if I need to pull them out. I like that this will provide a little bit more storage. I haven't been using a lot of stickers. I do have some washi tape from the washi tape shop that I've plopped in there. I like them. I do have a discount code if anybody is interested. but I used these washi stickers to start decorating the inside here. I feel like this one could go here too. I've just kind of want to add to it a little bit more organically than I do like with my Hobonichi Weeks cover, and I, you know, decorate it all up at the beginning of the year. But yeah, coffee. Speaking of, side note, if you follow Planning Basics on Instagram, she posted a story the other day about how there's like lead in all of the Home Goods, TJ Maxx, that kind of mugs, and that is the bulk of my collection. I used to go get like 2 or 3 mugs a weekend sometimes, depending on if it was like Halloween or Christmas. So I have an extensive mug collection, and now I'm afraid to like use any of those. So we went to the mall the other day, and there's this brand that is made in the United States called Fiesta, but they specifically say that they have no lead. They're pricier, but we have like all of those serving dishes and plates and bowls and all the things. We did have, and we do still somewhere in our basement, like teacups, but in my opinion, they're not big enough for like a cup of coffee. And this is their like color of the year. I think it's called linen. And so we just picked them up. They look, you know, they're boring diner mugs, but they don't have lead. So that's good. But yeah, so yeah, my coffee washies and my coffee with my lead-free mug. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you know me, you know that I wear a foil hat on my head. I was gonna get a kit, but I guess the kits are unreliable, so I think I'd rather just buy a mug that says that it's lead-free and not take my chances. I mean, I'm on this whole health journey. I stopped doing a carnivore, but I'm very, very, very strict keto right now, so I'm eating like 5 or 6 things, and like, so if I'm doing all of these things to better my health, why would I then drink from a cup that has lead? So anyway, um, yes, that's my TED Talk for today. So this is a very functional book, and I'm enjoying it so much. And it's funny because, so my cubicle like is an L this way, right? So I have my work Moleskine over here, my computer's over here in the middle, and then I have my, over here on this side to my right, I have this Moleskine, my day. So I've got like all of these planners, so it just looks like I have a notebook explosion at my desk, but it's all very useful and very efficient actually. So I'm just having so much fun, and I really have enjoyed using this book, and it's just very functional. We had a family trip that we had to take for a funeral, like 7 or 8 hours this way and back. And so we were in the car for a really long time, and I liked sitting there with it. And of course, this book gets a little bit bigger when you add the cover, but I don't know. I just really like having it and like feeling the texture of the leather and playing with the button. It's dumb, I know, but if you love something, I just think enhance it with something lovely. So that's what I've done. This book works really well without a cover too. I have the pen loop in here that I attached from Amazon. It's in my links if you're interested. But yeah, it works really well. And if you had the elastic, you can kind of put it over this way so that it holds onto the pen. But obviously this snap holds onto the pen too. And there is enough room to just kind of stick a highlighter in there too. There's enough space. This will get chunky. I don't plan to make any rules at all for this. It's just what I need it to be when I need it to be. And that's exactly what I've been needing. So there are other daily planners out there. I wanted the space that this one affords and the paper that this has because it's no stress to me. And I do really enjoy it. So I just feel like this is my thing. And I feel like since I've been using this since February at work, and I know that this works so well, I don't see myself like falling out of love with using this. I can see not wanting something so big all of the time, but again, I can write things out on a Post-it note and then just run out of the house with that, or a shopping list on a piece of notebook paper. So even if I had a moment where I didn't want to go everywhere with this, that can be easily fixed as well without like getting rid of the book itself. So yay for the large daily Moleskine. And the good news is, even if it has bad paper batches, which I know that this one does, because of what I'm using, the ballpoint hybrid, and some lighter colored or lighter saturation highlighters, that it doesn't matter. And since this isn't a book that I feel is precious, even if a highlighter started to ghost or whatever, it's no big deal. This is so functional with no rules that it's all going to be okay. And that's really what I have been after, especially this year with all of the planner chaos surrounding the Hobonichi paper stuff. So yeah, super, super happy with this. I would love to know if you have ever tried daily planning, and if you have, what book, or is it a daily insert that you use in rings? That was working really well for me too, but something about the book bound is just what I was craving here lately. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this update. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Thanks so much as always for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye guys.